Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to do a 1920s inspired updo. What you're going to need is a headband, some of your favorite bobby pins, and you will definitely need some hairpins. Hairpins don't have the ridges like bobby pins do, they just look like this. And I have two different combs that I'm using today, a really wide tooth comb and a fine tooth comb. So after you have all of that, we can get started. So I already put my headband in. The way I put it in, it's kind of complicated, but it's easier to show you once it's in than me trying to put it in as I'm showing you. So what I do for this look, I want some of the curls and some of my bangs to stay out. So what I do is I divide my hair here with my fingers, and then I go back about halfway down my head, and I'll turn around so you guys can see. Here's the bottom of my headband. It's easier if the elastic for your headband is there because you can slide bobby pins into there, so it makes it really secure and holds really well if you have a lot of hair, and it's just easier to find kind of a base if you're not sure where to put in a bobby pin, that it helps to lock it in there, and then you know that your headband won't be sliding around as much also. So once you have your headband in the way you want it, you don't necessarily have to do it that way. If you like wearing it where you slide it on and you have it across your forehead and it still meets in the middle of your head, that works too. But the biggest thing is just that where your headband is, that the stretchy part is in the middle of the back of your head. So once you have that done, my hair is pre-curled from a previous video that I did. This style does work better if you have some loose waves or a little bit of curl. You can do it with straight hair, but it's going to be a lot harder to handle your hair and mold it the way that you want to for this look. So what I'm going to do, these are the hairs that I want to stay out. You're going to take a small section that includes hair, if you're doing it the way I do, underneath and on top of the headband. It doesn't need to be too big of a section. And I'm just going to give it a couple little twists, and I'm going to pull it back, and I'll turn around so you guys can see what I'm doing. Then I'm going to take one of my bobby pins. I'm pulling it across, and I'm going to feel for where that headband is. It's right here. And I am just going to, if I can grab my bobby pin, slide that in with the elastic. They are going to stick out a little bit, but it's not going to be like that the whole time. If you have thick hair like me, you can also double up on your bobby pins and then do one on top, so when you crisscross them, they lock together really nicely. So you have the first part of that side done. You're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, leaving those hairs out that you want. You can always just pull a few more through if you want to. And then same thing, you're going to grab not too huge of a section of hair. You want it to be easy to work with. So I will grab this. And again, you're going to just twist it a couple times. Let me grab my bobby pins. And then you're going to secure it on the other side. It doesn't have to be, this part doesn't have to be locked in to the hair elastic. I just find it easier when there's some of the hair already pre-pulled back before we start doing the twist. I just think it's easier to handle everything, that the hair just moves better in the direction that I'm trying to make it. So I'm just kind of doing this blind, so. And all of this part is basically going to be covered up. And then once you do have it secured for how we're going to twist it, you can always go and replace bobby pins or move them around if you want. But I would only suggest doing that once you feel it's very secure. Otherwise, if you pull it out, one that's holding the hair and the rest of it isn't secure, more can fall out, and then that could result in you having to start all over again. So I'm going to grab a few more of my bobby pins. And then this is when you want your hairpins on hand also. I'm using two different sizes once we roll the bun. I have, if I hold them at the same height, a shorter one and a taller one, and this one can hold more hair than this one also. I like both sizes. Both are really good to have on hand depending on how thick your hair is, how much you're trying to hold back in just one of the hairpins. So this is what we're going to do next. This is the part that it's a little time consuming. You have to be patient and work with your hair. It took me a few tries to get it the exact way that I wanted it to, but the curls do help twist the hair in the direction you want it. So I'm going to turn around so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to gather my hair. And I'm going to try to loop the very ends of my hair under. And I'm just going to fold my hair. You're going to kind of roll it in the direction you want it to go. We're rolling upwards. And then this is the part that can take a little while. Once you have it rolled, you want the bun to be secure. So this is where some of the hairpins can come in handy, just to start anchoring it in place. I just kind of go up and I weave it through the bun. So then when I'm pushing it in, there's a lot of hair locked into it. And there's less of a chance of it falling out when you need to then go in and add some of the bobby pins to hold it more securely. I suggest always holding your hand on it until you're done, because it can fall out pretty easily until you have it really pinned in place the way you want it to be. So usually it's a good idea when you get this far, if you have like a bathroom mirror or a way that you can see what you're doing from behind. That works out way better than just trying to do it blind like how I am right now. I'll probably go check to make sure I got all the hairs before I finish up. So it feels secure, but then you want to check with a mirror to make sure that the roll is even, that you like the way it's placed, that there's no flyaways. So I'm going to go check really quick and fix anything so you guys can see what I ended up fixing and what I ended up changing. Okay, so I just finished checking and I can show you guys what I fixed. So in the back, there was part of what I rolled here was sticking out a little bit, so I just tucked it in and then did a hairpin over it just to keep it kind of tucked. And then on this side I had some flyaways, so I just used another hairpin. I felt it was secure enough where I didn't need any more bobby pins digging into my head, and hairpins, they're just easier, they don't feel as heavy. So I just stuck a few more on this side just to bring the hair over. And you can always kind of go like this, move the hair over as you want to. So that is how to do a 20s inspired updo look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.